Hey guys, Colby here, back on the test server today for a comparison showcase between the Oren, the epic new poison champion that everybody will be getting, hopefully, through going for the fusion champion. They might go just for the epic. That's what I recommend for most people out there. This is the easiest thing to do and actually help you out. But this is not what the video is about. This is a showcase between Oren versus Frozen Banshee. Frozen Banshee is a easier to get hero. You can actually get her from mystery shards, but she's not guaranteed, right? You might, pull endless amounts of shards and never actually get a rare champion that you might be looking for, like a poisoner, like Frozen Banshee. Oren, on the other hand, is a guaranteed one in the sense of you see him right there, right now, at this point, where we do have the fusion, and you can actually pick him up and have a poisoner ready. There's some positives and some negatives for both of them. The most obvious one, this one's an epic, so he does need epic books and a lot of them to actually be useful. And not only that, he has a bad thing about this champion. The bad thing about him is that due to the nerf, he no longer has a 100% chance to apply the poisons and poison sensitivity. And this makes him, prone to, errors between, just having bad RNG. It happens. And also his A1 got halved, which is now only 25% chance to apply a poison debuff, which is considerably low comparing it to Frozen Banshee. Other thing that's good about this one though is that he does have the A2, which activates any poisons that he will be applying to the boss or any other champion will be applying. It all depends on the setup that you run with, but I wanted to run them in the same setup, both of them, and see what they can do on their own as maybe like the soul poisoner, but maybe the soul strong poisoner in the team with the 5% poisons. Oren will not benefit the same way that Frozen Banshee will, and Frozen Banshee cannot go the same gear as Oren will. And I'll explain the gearing in just a bit. So Frozen Banshee, if we go over here, she's an easier to get champion. If you get lucky from mystery shards, you pick her up. She uses the A1 when there is a poison sensitivity and lands poisons through that. If there is no poison sensitivity though, she will just do a, flat hit in the sense of there's no poisons coming out of her. If you get resisted, then it ends up being bad for you and you won't be applying those poisons. This is especially crucial versus affinity targets, but the same thing goes for any champion that applies debuffs. So the real thing about her is she needs to apply the poison sensitivity, getting her accuracy high enough, and then she just needs to do her A1 skill. So the best kind of sets on her would be something like a retaliation set. The same thing goes for Oren. So retaliation set, if we have a look at the set gearing and what I've done with them, with both of them, is retaliation set on Frozen Banshee right now for this showcase will mean that there's a chance, a 35% chance to counterattack when she gets hit. So this will specifically enable her, if there is a poison sensitivity on the target, to get more poisons since she will be attacking out of turn while the poison sensitivity is up and actually applying poisons. 100% chance to apply that. The same thing would be usable on Oren with retaliation, but again, it's a chance, and there's also the added chance to apply the poisons. So with her, I've built her up with 3.2k attack. It's a lot, but not that amazing. Okay, not that amazing. Almost 100% crit. My retaliation is absolutely the worst. I barely have one set available, and 228 crit damage. Otherwise, I could have gone just flat out damage, but her damage multipliers are not the best. Okay, so I thought, okay, maybe just the chance of the counterattacks would be better for her damage output. And I really want to see who will come out on top. I have a sense that Frozen Banshee will come out on top, but I haven't done the testing yet. And with Oren, the same thing goes. Retaliation set for this specific team that I'll be running. You can run Relentless, I would say, in other teams such as the Bad Eater team. But this team, I'll be running the Myth Fu team since I'm on the test server. I built it already, and I thought they'll be getting lots of attacks in. And we just want to see the damage between the two, right? I don't care about the whole rest of the team. And for him, again, 65,000 health because he's based on health. His damage multipliers are health based. So the more you have, the better. He's got more crit damage. So there is a little bit of a difference. He's got 3 attacks compared to basically the 2 that Frozen Banshee has. And both of them run a good amount of accuracy to not have any resist because of accuracy. It's just going to be the 3%. Both of them are booked out, but he does have a reflex set. So reflex set will be different. 40% chance to reduce a random cooldown by 1. So this will actually be very crucial to get these cooldowns down, right? Randomly, and then just apply more poisons. There's still going to be a chance for it to not apply the whole thing. It's all about RNG, right? And how the run goes. Obviously, with better accessories like retaliation accessories, the revenge accessories, this would be better. But obviously, I don't have them, and I didn't want to use them on Frozen Banshee just to make maybe a better comparison. The masteries are for both the same, running War Master, then Sniper and Master Hexer with Cycle of Magic, which may, give us an odd refresh there or two with 5% chance happening. So enough with that. Let's get started with the run. It will be the same build, but I'll quickly go over the team. If you've never seen the team before, it's the Myth Fu team, where it's a very specific setup with speeds for Fushan, Demetha, Ares, and Seeker, and then you add your damage dealing champion in there at specific speeds, and you get the team going, right? This team usually one keys with pretty much the majority of damage dealers, assuming you also have solid gear on everybody else, but we're really comparing Frozen Banshee to Oren. So let's get this started, and let's see the run first with Frozen Banshee. And I won't bore you guys with all of it. I won't just show the whole run. We'll see a few of the turns and then come back by the end of the 50 turns to see what's happening. The good thing is we've got a defense down running from Fushan, so that's going to help with everybody's damage. The team really gets in tune in about 4 turns and so. When the boss turn count goes to about 4 or 5, that's when it's really in tune, but we shouldn't have any issues. The good thing about Frozen Banshee is she's attack based, so the increased attack from Seeker will be benefiting her, and that will be giving her basically 50% more attack. You can't really go too much into that because there's no increased health to compare that with, okay? But he does have 3 attacks. Oren does have 3 attacks, so that there's that there. We'll let this go for a bit. We're already at 1 million per turn, but this will go up as the team actually gets in tune, and we'll see how it ends. As you can see, we're closing into the end with boss turn count at 47. We're at 85 million, so a cool 1 key. And you see already on the top the weaker version of the poisons coming in from Ares through the toxic set. But that is, I would say, fine. Considering we fill up the poisons, you don't want to risk it really with the resists. You lose out some damage, but it's still a very, very solid 1 key. I'm expecting around the 20 to 25 million damage mark coming in from Frozen Banshee. Considering everything, okay? And everybody else will be doing the remaining amount of damage, with probably Fushan doing the most, maybe out of all the team. Maybe, yeah, even more than Frozen Banshee. So, like a couple minutes left, and I think I didn't have a single resist of the poison sensitivity, and also considering on how fast Frozen Banshee goes, so she goes twice for every 1 turn the boss goes. She does get it quite often in order to reapply it and not really have any chances of it not being on the boss. And that really benefits the whole team. So 90 million, very, very solid. Looking at 26, even more than Fushan with Frozen Banshee with that build. Ares at 19, Seeker with 14 million. So immediately, let's go and do the other test run with the one and only Oren, the mighty Oren. So again, with Oren, we are running a little bit more crit damage. And of course, 65,000 health does not benefit at all from the increased attack. But it should still be a solid showcase. I'll just do priorities on his skills just in case he doesn't work as I would like. I always want to have that A3 going on the boss. And we'll get started. The same kind of build with everybody else. You saw 26 million coming out from Frozen Banshee with the counterattack set, which I think is the best one to have, honestly, for this sort of team. And let's just see it for a couple of turns here with Mighty Oren. How much does he hit for 51,000? He did apply every single one of them. So he poison sensitivity and the poisons. And now he should do the A2, which that will instantly activate the other two poisons. Yeah. And that also benefits him by boosting his own health, which then that makes him do more damage because of his multipliers. We're already kind of low in terms of damage. You see 2 turns with a 1.7. Going into the next turn, you see here, we don't apply the poisons. You know, better teams would probably be ally attack teams, something to get him going all the time. Counter attack teams, get him going all the time so he does more and more damage through other champions' utility, such as the counter attack buff or ally attack, which he then would go in with the A1 skill, apply more poisons, hopefully, which then that would help his A2. Running very low on damage. This will be very close to even a 1 key. And I'm thinking he might be around the 15 million mark, just my guess, by the end of the run. But let's let this go and we'll see it in a bit. So we're closing into the end of the run. I wanted to just show you guys from a little bit before the end, around turn 43, on the difference between the two teams. We're already seeing it's going to be about a 10 to 8 million difference, 8 to 10 million. And probably the whole difference will be on the poisoner. So Oren versus Frozen Banshee. It seems that it's clear that his poisons, it's not that they're not landing because he does activate it with his A2 and his A1 is a very low chance. I do think he would benefit in a more traditional type of setup with not going with this block damage team specifically, and maybe go with something like a Helicath team with more ally attackers where you can also place a counterattack champion in there. He would benefit more out of that. But of course, if you have all those champions, more than likely you have something much better in terms of, you know, the damage option. Overall, I think he's a good beginner type of poisoner, but I think his A1 nerf was a little bit too much. So we're already gonna be, wow, look at that, 81 million. We were around the 90 million mark before, but I think the difference here would be higher damage coming out of Ares because she is landing more poisons now. We do see lots more poisons on from Oren. His hits, his crits, are not that amazing. Like, look at that, 67,000 with a defense down. It's nothing, you know, amazing, of course. His A1 doesn't hit that hard. His A2 again doesn't hit that hard. It's only there really for the activation, which you see there, 42,000 plus the damage from the poisons, which are instantly activated. The poisons, the smaller ones from Ares, do not count for his A2, so really he doesn't benefit from there. And his A1 is really, really low chance. I think maybe with revenge accessories we would be seeing more damage, but actually we're running a little bit higher than I thought. 85 million, maybe 86, 87. I was using the reflex set, by the way. I did notice it a couple of times, but again, it's the RNG factor. It's 40% chance. Look at that decrease of the cooldown. The RNG factor is there, and his A2 really doesn't do any damage if there's no poisons on the target. So it's really like a wasted skill. Would a retaliation set on him be better? Maybe, but I don't think it would make him be the top damage dealer compared to Frozen Banshee, where she did 26, right? 26 million. And boom, there's the A2, 88 million damage. Probably Ares is going to be around the 22, 23 million mark, and he's going to be a little lower. We'll see. Ooh, actually, I was a bit off. So look at that, 21.2 million. 21.2 compared to the 26, it's a lot, by the way. Ares did a lot more, so 3 million more. We had Fushan who did 25 compared to before, so it's all about his RNG as well. But Oren did a surprisingly okay job. Again, comparing him to how easy it is to get a rare fully booked out, the work that you need to put in to get Oren fully booked out is surprisingly, you know, too much maybe for the benefit for the Clown Boss team. It's all up to you guys, of course. I just wanted to do this as a showcase that probably some people out there might want to see. Let me know which other champion you want to test out with this kind of theme. Since I'm still on the test server, put it down in the comments below. I think Or is still a very good champion. Might not be the one for you for the clan boss, but you saw him already in showcases for Dragon, Ice Golem. He's great. He's gonna be great for faction wars, and since we can actually even get 2 copies of him, it's gonna be an easier way to get the faction guardians up for the new faction, for the Silver Watchers. Get that 10% health for them, for the epics at least. That's gonna be a good starting for when the actual faction wars is released. So this was the video. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.